hermanos. There was a time to unite all Chicanos, Latinos, and Los Estados Unidos. Don't care if you're Ricans or even Cubanos. Look at our coaches. We have more in common, don't let them divide. These suckers are vultures. Either we standing together or better be standing aside. Now is the time, don't know about you, but I'm gonna ride. We gotta climb, fight for your veins, man, where was your pride? Where are the gunners that you got aside? Look how our ancestors came to this country. They tried to be living the American dream. Don't throw it away. They promise you money and got your agent for the machine. Pick a new team, you flesh socialism, but that is a system that you wanna bring. You need to think, we gotta fight communism, cause it look like we on the brink. Connect all the links, so one party system is taking the power from all of the people. We need to think, when will you listen? These people are evil and want you to sequel, so what is your plan? Hand in hand, we're standing together, cause it's the one never to do what you can. Please understand, we gotta do better, so walkers remember that we took a stand. Escúchame, 24 es el año, si se puede. Lucha, lucha por la libertad. Órale, vamos.
Yo, what's up, man? Technical
How's it
difficulties.
going, Dan? Over here struggling, man. Little pig.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Latino Free Minds. If this is your first time tuning in, we're here in California fighting for the state and for our freedoms. And if you live in California, remember it's been run by Democrats for decades, and 2026 is your first real shot to make some changes. Give the other party a shot because it can't get any worse. So with that being said, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and share, help us grow. That being said, what's up, man?
Shoot, over here, man, dropping money on these mics and stuff for them not to work. No bueno.
I know, right? No, but I think it'll probably be an easy fix. But it's just like I think when I first got that other mic, I forget what I was having issues with, and then just YouTube it after, and some guy will have like a 30-second video on how to fix it.
Those 30-second videos are good.
Yeah, they're effective, man. Other than that, man, how you doing? How's everything?
Being good, man. Being good. All good.
Cool.
Beat allergies. I was getting messed up with allergies for a little bit, but
Yeah,
Game 7.
Yeah, I don't usually like March, April, May. That's when it like allergies hit me. But right now, dude, just out here dealing with fog. Fog is crazy out here, like where you can't even see. I mean, I was telling you, dude, you can't even see there's a parked car right there, and you can't even see it. Like, it's wild in the mornings. But,
scary when that vision is gone. It's gone.
Yeah, man. But other than that, everything, same old, same old. Shout out to Danny and Gio, and the shirt. Go get one. Shout out to Matt.
Matt
Yeah. It's been a pretty interesting week, right? As far as like things that have gone on in the news. Obviously, we had Thanksgiving, spent time with family and all that stuff. That was a good little break. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good, really intimate. Just me, my girlfriend, and my parents, my little bro. Really
Yeah.
small. So, thanks, Kamala.
Next year, bro.
Damn, I forgot she's not my president. Shit. So who the hell is?
That's a fantastic question. I don't know who's running the country right now. I think Joe is. He popped out again for a little bit for some stuff.
Well, yeah, it's crazy how I feel like it's only going to get crazier the last couple 3 weeks that he's in office. You see him giving giving Ukraine long range missiles, and right now I just saw and you're gonna have to break it down for me, Daniel. I don't know why, but they're talking about the Biden regime or administration or whatever. They're talking about pardoning Fauci and Liz Cheney. What's that about? For what?
So okay, that was gonna be one of the things that I was gonna bring up because Yeah, I guess we could talk about it. I had it. So it says Biden White House considers preemptive pardons for those who may be targeted by Trump. The names mentioned Anthony Fauci, Liz Cheney, and Adam Schiff. Biden aides are
Wow.
deeply concerned about current or former officials who may face investigations and indictments from Trump's DOJ, especially after Kash Patel was selected for FBI director. So I saw this too, and I think I thought the same thing. Like, what? Like, I don't. I'm not a lawyer, but but I feel like if you didn't commit a crime, which I'm pretty sure those people would attest that they've committed no crime. If you don't commit a crime, why would you need a pardon?
Right. Well,
So
isn't it something about the way the other Biden, Hunter Biden, got pardoned? Like he was gonna get like immunity from like even like things further in the past or something like that. From I don't know.
I don't know, because even that whole thing, right, with Hunter is, they kept saying that they weren't, and you can believe that or not, but there's videos of Biden and the press secretary in different occasions answering the question and saying that Hunter was not going to get pardoned. And then obviously time's ticking for Joe Biden in the White House. I think it's 45 days, I want to say, left. You know, eh, he's going to do what he has to do, right, to protect his son. Um, going against everything he said. But this to me, this is I don't the only reason you would want a pardon or consider pardoning people is because they're guilty of something. So that just to me, it kind of says a lot too. In obviously Fauci, man, like a lot of people think he committed crimes against humanity with how he handled COVID and how he lied to the public. So a lot of people think Fauci should be held accountable. Is it because of that narrative or what people want to see? Maybe, but again, if he hasn't committed a crime, what are you going to pardon him? He hasn't been found guilty of a crime. You can't pardon him before that even happens. That makes no
Mm.
sense. It's like I can't, you know, go rob a bank and be like, "Cool, Biden fucking pardoned me yesterday." Like again, I'm not a lawyer, but that's how I interpret that in my head, and it doesn't make any sense. Adam Schiff, people could say you can
Ew, it's sneaky.
get him for treason or something. Dude purposely lied to the American public. He did that thing where he was giving that call, right, with Zelensky and Trump, and now he changed the words, and then
Perfect.
he was like, it was parody and yada yada. He could probably get charged for some kind of breaking, of your oath, when you're being in my god, I'm going blank. But you're testifying. I mean, he wasn't testifying, but it's in a setting like that, and if he was lying purposely, I mean, there could be that. Liz Cheney, I mean, I don't really pay too much attention to her, so I can't say what crime she may have committed or people might think she committed. I don't know. To me, it's just weird to want to have a pardon before you even get the crime. I don't know.
Well, it makes me think like that these guys are whoever these guys are. I'm not being racist. I'm talking about the deep state. Whoever these people are, it's for chess. You know, the other thing that kind of gives red flags or whatever is when you hear all these celebrities that left the country as soon as and it's like, why are you leaving? Why are you really leaving? It's not going to get that bad. It's
Mm-hmm.
because they're afraid they're going to get investigated. You hear about Ellen leaving or something like that. I think it was
Yeah.
Ellen.
Yeah.
She left the country entirely. So it's like Oh, because of a president, you know how many people, how many Republican celebrities do you hear that they went ahead and went to Europe because such and such? You know,
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's very immature. That's how I look at it, right? To leave the country because of a president that you've already lived through. So it's not like it's an unknown. It's like you already lived through this president. Uh, whether you think he left the office the politically correct way, like who gives a shit? He left the office. Biden has been president. Now he's gonna get back in. Like I think to me that's immature. That's just fucking childish. Running away, so to
well,
speak.
I think that they rather look childish than get charged for fucking, for freaking, um, actual charges. Whatever trafficking is, whatever the Diddy list is, if that stuff, comes true,
Mm.
and probably true, dude. Those freak offs are real, but um, to hold, get out of a country just because of a president is, you might be. What were you doing? Were you doing something? Because hey, like you said, Daniel, they lived through Trump before 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
She was being a bully during the Trump years to, to her whole Ellen show cast, you know. So yeah, it makes sense to me if um they use it in the guise of, oh, Trump is such a bad president. I'm getting out of here. You know.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like, dude, I don't know. I just find it really, really childish, unnecessary. And a lot of these people, yeah, like you said, right? They're involved with or were a part of Diddy parties, and maybe they're afraid of what might come out. It's just like what we were talking about with these people. It's like you're you're given this, how do you call it? It looks like you're guilty of something. It looks like you're running away from what might come at you. And, you know, Eva Longoria, I think she left the country too. Um, and I only mention her because she's Latina and she's real outspoken about politics, right? But left the country, right? But she never
I
said
don't even.
one word. Never said one word about the missing kids, right? George Lopez said the Diddy thing is off the tape, like it's off. You can't fucking joke around that. It's like, why not, dude? That's for the dude that got famous for making fun of black people. You would think he'd be fucking ready to go, but he said
Mhm.
that's off limits. I wonder who told him that.
P Diddy's handler. TJ.
So I don't know. I feel like that's the thing, right? All the real comedians that are real funny, not woke, and not pandering to anybody, and then just trying to do comedy. Those guys will succeed. People like George Lopez is just, it's gonna be forgotten. And it's like I think Ben Stiller, he said something about Tropic Thunder, and he's like, "Oh yeah, with the climate today, we could never make that movie." And it's like, dude, you can make whatever movie you want. Just
Yeah.
be honest. You're just a bitch.
No, well, how does he have the guts to go ahead and say that, but then say, he wants or wanted Kamala to be president? You know, how are you gonna say it's unfortunate that we can't make movies like that, but yet you're gonna go ahead and, you know,
Yeah,
yeah, that's
yeah. That.
Ben Stiller. That's why, because they didn't mean it, bro. It's
Mhm.
easy to it's way easier to call somebody a Nazi, call somebody Hitler, than it is to, actually, cut those things out, right?
Right.
Like if the Republican Party or the right, there really are Nazis, or that really was a Nazi convention, um, why give up? Why not do your own little January 6th? you know?
Yeah. Well, that goes into my point too about the people that didn't vote, right? If you're painting the picture of the Nazis and the fascists and they're taking over and they're bad and they're a threat, like why would all those people not show up to vote? Which, I hope that gets looked into because those numbers are super sketchy and it has to be addressed. But I don't know, like this whole story about the preemptive pardoning, like that pardoning is, to me, this is weird. I don't know what to make of it other than admission of guilt. But it would be okay. What are you? What are they afraid? What is Fauci afraid that he's guilty of? You know what I mean?
Oh,
Or
they,
if it's not them, let's say if it's just Biden, like what is Biden afraid of? I mean, well, okay, let me go back because it's not Biden. Whoever's running everything, why are they afraid of Fauci? Like, what are they afraid of? What guilt does he have? Liz Cheney, what guilt does she have? Or
that
Adam Schiff?
yeah, like Liz Cheney. What did Whoopi Goldberg want her for? She's on the View and she's just nodding her head, and she, that's oh man, these are dangerous people, man. I mean, a month ago, people were asking for Liz Cheney to be part of Kamala's regime, so it's like, ooh, well, what do you need to get pardoned for? Just what do you need to get pardoned for? There's a bunch of people out there that should probably get a pardon, like maybe Snowden, stuff like that, guys like that,
Mm-hmm.
maybe try
Trump.
and get the guy that we didn't get from Brittany Griner, get that guy back.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, man, the
It
efforts are
just
going wrong places.
it just doesn't make any sense at all. But we'll see how that plays out. It could just be a random what do you call it, story or headline, who knows. But it is interesting that that would come out for sure.
Yeah.
Shit, let's see. But yeah, that was one of the topics that I was gonna bring up. And then the other one was, did you hear anything about California banning classic cars?
Why? Well, what's
See,
a classic car?
well, like your nice, like your old school, like a fucking, let me see this, like one of these, like a classic, like a lowrider, more than likely. You know,
That's the thing. I think the word classic is even still a little too vague. No, classic, because hey, bro, a well kept car, Honda Civic from the '80s, classic car.
hmm no,
You
but I,
know?
I think it's more like from the 50s, like before, like they were really paying attention to emissions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you're talking like, you know, stuff
Well,
like
that's
this
just
one, some low
that's really
riders. You're talking about but think about it. You're talking about
the
if
Zoot Suit era, the era, all that.
yeah, yeah. If you're right now, if you're California, right? Majority of the people I think in California now are Latinos. Um,
Hmm.
this is part of Latino culture. Classic cars, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Cruising in lowriders and all that stuff. Like I don't.
Daniel, I I want to compare this to, you know, everybody wants to play the victim, right? Over
Right.
here in California, same thing. They started with the cigarettes, right? They banned flavors, right?
Hmm.
They banned starting with it was what's the really fresh one?
Menthols.
Who smokes menthols, brother? Who smokes menthols? You don't tell me. They were Jewish. No, don't say they're not Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Who's got these lowrider cars? Who's got these? We're talking about California, bro. We're talking about Highway 1. We're
Hmm.
talking about San Jose. We're talking about Fresno. Come on, guys. It's but all quiet because in the name of the green, in the name of not even green emissions, in the name of money, bro.
It's through this. It's through the California Air Resources Board, which is the acronym called, what is it? CARB. So they just want clean vehicles. I think it's part of that clean vehicles by 2030 or 2035. Yeah.
Hmm.
Governor Executive Order N90 established 100% of in-state new passenger cars and trucks will be zero emissions by 2035. Um, so, and they want the same thing for medium duty, heavy duty, and off-road vehicles and equipment. So RVs and stuff like that, they want those to be zero emissions. Um, I don't know. It makes no sense.
Well,
And
yeah, it doesn't make sense, Daniel, because what they we got that green deal or that chip thing that in 5 years we're gonna be able to start making our own chips, but we don't even have not even the resources, but the material, the stuff to make the chips. And then I think yesterday, or even probably it was probably this morning, where they announced that China is gonna stop uh giving gallium. I think it's gallium, one of them, and they're gonna stop selling it to the US.
mhm.
And we use a lot of that kind of stuff to make our you know defense weapons and stuff like that. So you know so what do we do? Do we use, I'm probably saying it wrong, dude, do we use all our gallium petroleum for the cars, or do we use it for the military? Those are the questions we're going to start answering soon, because we have just because we live in a free market society, right? Where I can go to Best Buy and get whatever mic as long as they have it, or I can get this. There's around the block. There's another um, uh, Office Depot or whatever. I've got options, but at the same time, you know, a lot of these materials to make these cars, they're
Mhm.
not just lying underneath, wherever. They got to bring it out of the dirt. It doesn't look good in itself. It's not very green,
Yeah.
you know, not good for the environment. Um, so it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We're not ready, and we're pushing it. We're going head first. 2040 is 100%
Yeah.
zero emissions.
Yep. And then it says the ban targets vehicles which aren't driven often, which obviously a classic car like that you're not gonna drive all the time. It's gonna be driven, special events, some holidays, some whatever, right? Yeah, you're not driving that everywhere you go. And they produce so pollution, right? So it says, after all, nobody's talking about banning Taylor Swift or other celebrities from their short private jet trips to skip traffic.
Yep.
So we can start there. Like, if they're serious, you can start there. Be like, hey, you got to go from LA to San Francisco. You know, I don't know.
Take the bus.
Take a
Hmm.
bus.
Greyhound.
If you're really about it, yeah, take the bus. There's a Greyhound. You could take you. It'll get you
Oh
there
no,
overnight.
use the train that Daddy Newsom
Yeah,
promised California.
use the high speed rail that
Yeah.
we're still waiting on. But I don't know. I think it's a whatever they're trying to do there. I think it's terrible because, like I said, most of the people that have those kind of cars are, you know, Latinos have those cars. Everybody for the most part, and it's gonna affect them. And then what are you saying? You can't use those cars no more. You can't. You're removing part of people's cultures or upbringings, or you know what I mean? Maybe those cars been passed down from previous family members. It's like a family thing. I don't know. I just think that
So what do you think they would do? They'll give us like a ticket, or you think they'll confiscate these things? Because if you can confiscate a car, it's the same thing as a gun. You're really gonna go. You think there's more guns? There's probably more cars than, you know.
they probably would start with fines. I would imagine. You get a ticket, probably a ridiculous ticket that you go, damn, how am I going to pay
Of
this? But again, like, let's say if they do that, it's who's it going to affect,
yeah,
right?
Cinco de Mayo,
Yeah, yeah. So all
not
you
the Puerto Rican.
people, No, no, no. So all
Not
you
the fucking
people,
Puerto Ricans.
maybe some Cubans, they got classic cars. Um,
Yeah.
but
Sorry, but go.
yeah, like Cinco de Mayo, that's when they all come out, right? You know, that again, part of the culture. Whether you like it or agree with it or not, it's part of the culture. And I think it's dumb to do this, but they're doing it again with wordplay, making it sound like they want to clean the air and all this stuff by 100% by 2035. And it's just nonsense that, again, people that aren't even asking for this are the ones that are most affected. So
Well, I
I,
I've been so broken under this under this economy that I can't even buy a classic car. So
I know, right? I wish I could. Maybe maybe in 2026 we can fight for it. But it's just I don't know, dude. I feel like these people in California, these what even is that? Department of whatever. I mean, I think we talked about it last time, right? 96% of the new jobs are government jobs in the state. And it's like, dude, these people don't nothing they've done has benefited. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm off. Is there anything where you know that the government was involved in California and you're like, "Damn, that shit worked. That shit was tight." Anything.
Daniel, I hate to break it to you, brother. It's all working. They are working overtime and take all my money out of my fucking pocket with all these new taxes and stuff. It's working. It's not working for us.
It's
It's not
working
working.
for them.
It's working for them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about how they're gonna. So you'll get cars you don't use, bro. Cars you don't use, you're gonna get a tax or you're gonna get a fine for. That's crazy to me. I don't
Mhm.
use my personal car. So that just, and I'm trying to, yeah, man, all that, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, nothing. Yeah, you're right. It's worked for just them, but not for us. And
Not
again,
us.
like I said at the beginning, man, Democrats have run this state for decades, and I think right now we went through this election cycle 2024. We got Trump in. We got we went through it. California, I believe, hit 40% for Trump, which is pretty good. So we kind of we see where we're at, kind of the direction we're heading in, and for 2026, man, like I feel like, damn, it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? Because now you got to shift your focus for 2026, and especially here in California. But you can't wait till 2026. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
kind of have to, boom, shift to the next thing. And man,
There's no off season here, you
no,
know?
uh-uh.
Over there in Texas, I'm not talking shit, Texas, but you guys, everybody's red over there. Over here, we're doing the good fight. You want to come on hard? Come over here.
Yeah,
Move over here, bro.
yeah, yeah.
Try.
If you think you're tough,
Yeah, you think tough? Come move over here, dude. They're making fun of the way my gun looks right now, dude. Can't do nothing to TSA. Go fight the bit. You got the guns. Go fight in Texas, and hopefully it comes this way.
right?
No, man, there is no off season over here. You have to keep fighting if you think it's true.
Mm-hmm,
It's exactly the same thing. It's gonna show whether if you're real or not, right? The
mm-hmm,
people that lost, the races that we had on, the way they're talking, it seems like they're ready to go ahead and go do it again. You
mm-hmm.
know, it's exactly the same on the other side. It
Yeah.
showed that there was no emphasis or there was no weight to when they were calling people Nazis or any of that because like oh well they won,
Mm-hmm.
the Nazis won. So you know they didn't believe it. None of them believed it.
No.
What they were saying. They were just trying to scream the loudest. right?
Yeah, no. And then there's, there's things coming up in California that, like you said, right? For the people that didn't get in this time, you know, hopefully there's some good candidates, man, that, you know, hopefully they do run. Hopefully people do
And good
realize
people.
that they are good people, right? I've said it before, man. If people with bigger platforms can give those people a platform, um, you know, that'd be cool. But a lot of people with bigger platforms just they like to make fun of California. Let's just be real. Um, and that's kind of one of those things where I hate seeing. They make fun of California all the time, and when California does something cool, then they celebrate it like they did something. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
No.
I can't stand that shit, dude. I can't stand it. And a lot of them actually left the state too. So you know, it's
They sure did.
just we didn't get everybody in. I know Leticia Castillo, she got in, so shout out to her. Congratulations. She's an assembly member now in California. I know she's gonna represent her district well, and not just her district. That and what I said before when we were interviewing everybody, it's like even though she's not in your district, when she gets in there, if you're a person that believes in freedoms and you have the same values and all that, she's gonna represent you too. So I know that for us not being in her district, she's still gonna fight for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So congratulations to her. I'm glad she got in. Um, and we'll see what happens in 2026. Like you said, we shift, we move on to the next, like saying, you got to move on to the next game. Um, and that's what we're trying to do. And hopefully we put a huge, we're going to try to put a huge focus on California for 2026. We're going to try to do the same thing with candidates. Hopefully we can get them on. Hopefully, we're able to grow some more just to help those people out, dude. Like, to me, like if you say like, would you want to grow? It's like, yeah, I would want to grow to help candidates out because I feel like that's super important. And you know, again, we're a smaller show, but we tried. We tried doing what we could.
Yeah. Hey, man. I mean, we're talking to people, like you said, not in our districts, not even close to our. I don't have family members that can vote for these people. Sorry,
Mhm.
but we're having you on, and the least we could do is, like right now, we got 5 guys watching. Maybe those 5 people care for to hear what's going on in Reading, what's going on in Long Beach, but you know, we have to show out. There's no, I can't. There's no off season.
Yeah, there is none, dude. There is none. And well, I'm encouraged. You know what I mean? It's cool to see 40% um for Trump and seeing how red it turned. The one thing that the a couple things that obviously we hopefully can get fixed here in California is I think we need to check voter rolls. I think we need to implement um, ID for voting. I think those are important. I think we need to find a way to count votes the same day, dude. They're still counting votes, man, and you know I think a guy just lost his race today by like 140 something votes. Um, and it's like, man, like you're counting. It's been basically a month. How are people supposed to trust that? You know,
Yeah.
maybe he did. Maybe he did lose. Maybe the number. Let's give him. Let's say if I give him the benefit of the doubt, they counted all the votes. It just took them a month to count. It's like nobody's gonna trust you guys. Like we have to make some changes where we can restore some faith in the system that we have. You know what I mean? And that shouldn't even be like, oh, just Republicans want that. It's like it should be Democrat, Republican, Independent, whatever you are, you should want it to be fair across the board. And obviously, we should be hoping that only citizens of this country and state are voting for things that are going to impact us. Because again, like a lot of the stuff that these people are throwing in, like the carb group or whatever the fuck they're called, it's like, did I vote for those people? I highly doubt it. But they're gonna make some fucking thing where now I can't have my lowrider by 2035. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Hmm.
have a lowrider. It doesn't affect me right now, but I know that it's gonna affect a lot of people that are that use those vehicles. It's a cultural thing, and it just I don't know, dude. I guess that's why I keep fighting and keep pushing for California.
It doesn't stop. You see all the stuff that they're trying to attack or take away. Um, I think a couple years ago or a year ago, it was your stufa. It was your stove. They're trying to take your stove away, dude, because they're calling it unhealthy. The same people that are calling it unhealthy are the people that are telling you to get vaccinated. The same people that are telling you to get vaccinated are getting pardoned by are getting pardoned by Biden. So for what? And they don't tell you. So
Mhm.
it's obviously if they're coming all the way inside my house and taking away my stufa, the car is buttered. What else can they go inside, my house when they're making the sandwich and they're leaving everything out? It's what they're doing. They're trying to see how far,
Mhm.
because
Well, that's the
the
thing,
the,
man.
the, the gun. If you got a gun, the prize is there. You know.
Yeah,
So
but I think no one no one in a sense has truly checked them because they've had control for so long and they continue to have control. Um, to the point where, Newsom's even talking about, well, he began what they call a special session to Trump proof California. You know what I mean?
mhm.
And why would they think that if you see that your state gained numbers for the Republican candidate, you're gonna just say, no, fuck that. We gotta Trump proof it. It's like, what are you
Yeah,
telling those that 40% of your state? You know what I mean? And here in California, like I said, they've been getting that power and I think they're entitled to it. And they just don't care. Gavin Newsom doesn't truly care about every California citizen. And you can't convince me otherwise.
Gavin Newsom doesn't care about Mexican people. Remember, you remember Kanye West when he's George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Mike Myers was like, fuck. Oh, shit, dude. But you know what I mean? They, your state demonstrated that they want change, right? Now, here's the thing that kind of like I don't understand, and you know, I how is it that people vote? Well, I think I know why. How is it that people vote for Trump but then vote for the same Democratic representation in California? You know what I mean? For state
Mhm.
assembly or state senate. And the reason I think I know that is because a lot of people only pay attention to the general election, the presidential
Right.
election, the big race. And I don't think they focus on local where you can tell somebody, hey, this person here has been your district representative in the state assembly for 30 years and he hasn't changed anything. He hasn't done anything better for you or she, whatever, or they, whatever. They hadn't done anything for you. You know what I mean? Why you keep voting for them? That's the part where it's like there's like a little disconnect there because I feel like there's areas that I think that race that I mentioned um, about the guy winning it finally, he's a Democrat. He won, but that district was high for Trump. So it's one of those things where it's like maybe just people don't focus on the local or aren't as informed on the local stuff as they should be. And we end up in a situation where, yeah, in California, even though Trump gained, the Republican nominee gained, you know, we still got the same representation here overall. So I I don't know, man. There's I don't know what to say, dude. It says this is a quote from Newsom. He says, "We will work with the incoming administration and we want President Trump to succeed in serving all Americans. But when there is overreach, when lives are threatened, when rights and freedoms are targeted, we will take action." That's
Is that not taking away my lowrider?
is that not taking away my gun? My fucking gas powered blower,
Tufa?
lawnmower? Yeah, my stove? Like what like what rights and freedoms are you fighting for?
I got a chimney in my house I can't use, but they charge me extra for it.
Fuck, man. Like they're out of touch, man. Out of touch. And I said on the last episode, like he said he wanted to talk to Trump voters in California. He don't give a fuck, man. He does not. Um, it's crazy. And then and then one of the senators for California said that they weren't gonna help out in the deportations or something like that. I don't know if you saw that.
No, man, I just no. There's not much to say, dude. It's the same runaround, you know. And I California is just so beautiful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's there's no real. I'm not gonna say no real poverty because you know you see it, but I guess we're not. They're not. We're not stressing over here that much, you know.
I
I
don't know.
You got a good point there, you know. County wise, flip for Trump, but yet still, you know, voting for the same local stuff here.
Yeah, yeah, man. It's it just we're heading in the right direction, but like it's like fuck. It is a battle, right? It is something that we're gonna have to do our best with as many people as possible here in California to kind of make people realize, right, what's truly going on. And as we've said from episode 1, right, it's manipulation like crazy, especially out here in California. It
Well,
is.
did you see how? So I guess Joe Rogan like told Zelensky he turned him down for the podcast, and people are like turning on Joe Rogan, calling him but famous people. You know, I think Lomachenko was it Lomachenko that was like
Oh
Joe
yeah.
Rogan, go out there and you go ahead and go grab an AK-47. It's like, bro, you
Yeah,
you go do that, dude.
that's
You
your
tell
that's
them
your
other
fight.
Ukrainian boxers are going out there and actually like running in the front of the get out of here, brother. You're just holding that little microphone, or not to take away any of the stuff that they're doing over there, but hey, man, it's a snake that bites itself, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
What do you do?
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens because again, we're still here in California. We're a sanctuary state for illegal immigrants,
Herbert?
and perverts. Yeah. Um, we were like we were talking about. They have those mandates for clean air, clean fucking vehicles or whatever. Uh,
Yeah.
it, it it's all wordplay that we're gonna have to battle here in California because that's how they name their uh their bills and all that. They give it a nice name. We talked about it before, and then
The
you know,
new Green Deal.
but then it's bullshit. So Um, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Shit. But
It's
shit, man.
gonna take, it'll punch you in the stomach. Yeah,
Oh
man.
man. But nah, dude. I think saying you want to Trump proof your state is kind of, I don't know. I feel like you're out of touch. You're out of touch. You're not. You know.
So then when they say stuff like that, they don't really want democracy, right? They don't want objective views. They don't want other people having their own opinions and stuff like that. They want the government to make decisions for you because they're afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision when you vote for your president.
Yeah.
So 40% of California messed up. And because of that, California has to pay. And California needs to be California Trump proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
a wet roof.
It it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. But that just, you know, when you have a super majority, who's gonna stop you? You're just gonna, in a sense, you don't have to represent the people that vote for you. You know, you just do
Yeah.
whatever your party wants to do. That's what you end up doing, and that's what they've done, and they're gonna continue to do. So, 2026, we gotta hopefully vote more of them out, and keep moving in the right direction. So, whew, I don't know, man.
No,
It's
it's
possible.
funny when you hear people go like, "Oh, well, I hate Trump," because he's a politician. I hate politics, and it's like, dude, that's not even the guy to start off with.
Yeah,
If you want to hate everybody in government, all
yeah,
right, he's gonna be at the very bottom of the list, bro.
yeah.
Just he's got 4 years. He's got 4 years in total of government under his
Mm-hmm.
belt. How many does Gavin Newsom? And how bad has California deteriorated since? How many years did Kamala have? What did she solve? Biden again. What did he solve? No, he didn't. He say, yeah, he's got all those laws making us go backwards that he's afraid to mention now. Same thing with Kamala. She's afraid to mention marijuana
Mm-hmm.
because of her previous role in the whole government. So it's just
Gavin Newsom has been involved in politics since 1996. For 28 years, Gavin Newsom has been in some form a part of. He's been part of some form of California government for 28 years. You know, since I was 10 years old. And again, like we said before, when we said vote your reality and all that, it's like nothing has improved the entire time Newsom has been in politics. I can't think of anything where I can say, yeah, Newsom got that right. Nothing. You know what I
it's
mean?
like Eddie Murphy goes, well, what have you done for me lately?
What have you done at all, brother? At all. Nothing. Nothing for us. And he's they're still going down that path, you know? I think this is his last term, so 2026 we're going to have, you know, two candidates that are, one a Republican and a new Democrat, and we'll see who they pick, right? Like we were saying before, maybe Kamala, who knows?
Mamala.
Or maybe she tries to run for president again. I don't know.
Who's the other dude?
Or Bruce Jenner. Um,
Jen.
we'll see. We'll see. I think that's why when Peter called us
She.
about the
Hey,
whole
I know how she, they, him would win. If they were to just be like, "You're not voting for Caitlyn. You're voting for Bruce." Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know I was
He's
voting for
so-
Bruce.
Hey,
and
the
then just
voice.
knocks on the table with the thing he still has that never cut off. Voting for Brooke. All right, all right, we're talking.
No, man, we'll see. We'll see who comes up. Oh, like I was gonna say, I saw when Peter was telling about the associate delegate and the whole GOP thing, and they're going through their finding new leadership here in California. Now's the time to fucking really, pick good leadership, or we end up with the same stuff. And that's what I was telling Peter when it's that's what it feels like from the GOP here in California too. Sometimes it's like, bro, like, are you even trying? Like, honestly, are you even trying?
Yeah.
Don't feel like it, you know, you know. But we can always change that, right?
Yeah, when they started, whoa, it's a long race and it's you know, I never heard Trump say, oh well, those Democrats are. No, man, I want to make America great again. Just run on that. I wanna make my county better again. It's a long race, and it's practically impossible. In 40 years, there hasn't been.
We're
Hey,
outnumbered,
bro, did
bitch.
you come on Latino Free Minds to admit defeat, or you saying I'm gonna fuck these motherfuckers up when I see them? You know.
That's the fighter we want, right? We want fighters.
Yeah.
And if you ain't gonna fight, if you're just gonna be some establishment fucking loser, just stay out of it. Stay out of it. We don't need that.
Yeah.
We've had that. We don't need it, and we want to make some real change here, and that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
But shit, man. Well, you got anything else? You got any other? You got a curveball today? I'm afraid.
Oh
I'm
shit!
afraid to ask.
No curveball, no curveballs today. I'm just going with the flow. Um, yeah, man. How are we gonna survive these last couple weeks? And
Yeah.
you really don't hear anything, man. She was talking all that good fight. She was talking the good fight, saying she's do this, do that, and she still has time.
Mm-hmm.
She still has time.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's January 20th already.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah. We'll see what happens, right? It does seem like they're trying to do a lot of stuff. As much Seems like they're trying to do as much harm as possible before they're out the door. That's kind of what it seems like. Um, Obviously, they're trying to save as many people as possible from any accountability. I mean,
And democracy.
that's what I see, right? But we'll see how it all plays out. But
Yeah.
shit, man. That being said, man, that's all I got. Well, we're almost at 100. We're 92 today. Um, I think I was saying if we stay on schedule, um, January 21st will be episode 100. So, I'll try to get a few people to pop in. So,
And
be ready.
you know what I thought was because I've been saying it. I've been saying it since the early days of the podcast about invading Canada,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a joke. It was a joke, a lighthearted joke. But then I heard that Trudeau went over there to Mar-a-Lago, right? And that he told them, if you guys can't handle, doing Canada, being Canada without, our money, you should think about being what our Providence or something like that,
The
our
51st
51st
state.
state, and you should be the governor for it.
Yeah.
Hey
Hey.
man, why stop there? I think we should go for France.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Might
I
as
think we
well.
should take out Mexico.
I've been saying that one for years.
Yeah, man.
Mexico ain't gonna clean Mexico up. Somebody else got to do it. I mean, you can still keep all your states. It just be, I don't know, American with no fucking cartels. Sounds nice to
Yeah,
me.
sounds nice to me.
Deal or no deal.
Yeah, no deal. Hey, bro. We get Mexico. You guys get some peace.
There you go. What
You
more
know?
do you want? You get jobs.
Hey, it's either you guys or Cuba. We're gonna take one of you two. Don't let Cuba get a yeah.
Shit, man.
So
Well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Everybody's falling. It feels like everybody that was all fucking tough and pumping their chest and shit is now like falling in line. You know what I mean? So
you
we'll
know,
see. We'll see how it goes. That's why I'm looking forward to Trump's presidency. See what happens. And I've said it once, and I'll say it again. If they don't deliver, we're gonna fucking call them out because you know
gay.
it's too important to fuck it up, to let Lindsey Graham's gay ass ruin fucking progress we can make. So
You know.
you know that's all I gotta say before I start cussing other people out.
Shit.
It'll happen one day. It'll happen one day. Not
Never
today.
happened.
Maybe episode 100. I'll finally call somebody a faggot.
It rhymes with schmexit.
All right. Maybe. Yeah, man. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to listen to that whole episode to get to this point. And if you did, thank you.
I guess we'll never know.
We'll never know. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
Later, guys.
Take care. Stay safe. Peace.